I got to lean in.
Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to another recap for the Housewives of Potomac here at the Lean. I'm here with Sammy for episode 7 of Potomac. How's everybody doing? Sammy, how you doing? I ain't seen you in a minute.
I'm doing well. I guess we can. I'm here to talk about this. What it seemed like a filler episode.
Yeah, it was very fillerish. I just watched it not too long ago, and I was like, because honestly, you guys would see what sometimes two, sometimes three of us here. Child told Dan, I'm like, Danny, child, you ain't got to join, honey. Me and Sammy can handle it, because it wasn't much going on. I mean, it's okay. Like they've had a pretty good like field 6 episodes before that, so it was good. And we can't expect every episode to have now. I will say this episode did have some little nuggets in there. We got to meet TJ. We got to meet see pretty much all the men for this season. So all the boyfriends, the husbands, whether they was drug dealers or DJs or whatever. We got to meet all of those in this episode. So that was good. But this episode seems to focus more on Mia and just Karen as she prepares to go to court for her trial, right? So if you're watching right now, what's going on, El Vision? What's going on, Lisa? Make sure y'all like this video and subscribe. If you didn't know, we did resume Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. So it's back on Thursdays, the plan. Now keep in mind, as I said last Thursday, we're going to commit to finishing the season, but availability is still limited. So if we need to cancel the show, don't be surprised, don't be mad. We're going to make sure that we at least cover the content throughout the season. So just keep subscribing there. Beverly Hills airs tomorrow on Tuesdays, and we would usually do it on, Beverly Hills used to be a Wednesday show, but somehow they moved it to Tuesday. So we're going to be doing our recaps on Wednesdays instead, basically. So Beverly Hills airs on Tuesdays at 8 o'clock Eastern. We'll have our recaps at 8 o'clock Eastern on Wednesday. So all right, so like the video, subscribe. Let's get into the episode. Thus far, the season has been good. I see nothing but praise for Miss Stacey. People love Stacey, and I like Stacey too. I'm liking a lot of the newbies. This it seems like for these current airing seasons, they got the newbies right on it, not just Potomac. I mean, Brahman on Salt Lake City, I think it's great. We got to see what Beverly Hills talking about, but she's a black woman, so I'm already like in, but we had a black woman last year, and I didn't really like her that much, so that don't really mean much for me. But yeah, Stacey's good. So in the beginning of this episode, we actually meet TJ. Now TJ, we saw them on Watching Cover Live last week, and we know that he is not partaking in any kind of sexual activity, saving himself for marriage. We know that honestly, if it was up to Stacey, she would probably jump on him like today, because she seems to want it, even though she's stiff as a rock. But basically, they have a conversation. They kind of talk a little about sex, but then she's like, sees that he's uncomfortable with it. Like he is like not here for. He is shutting it down. So he must really be serious about it. Hey. But then she also tells him that she's moving forward with her divorce soon. So he likes that. I mean, some people were saying, the speculation is that, certain things, but people are also saying that they think that it's he doesn't want to do that because he's waiting on her to basically, get out of the current divorce that she's in. So the current marriage that she's in. So we don't really know, but he seems cool. He seems to really be into her. I saw a couple of memes where it was like they were saying that Stacey and TJ was Kenya and Brandon. So that's an insider. But she just basically tells him how the ladies feel about him, and that they were kind of saying that he's playing her by not trying to have sex with her. So any thoughts on that scene?
I find her and TJ more uneasy to watch than I did Kenya and Walter. I don't think that she brought him on there as like her. Yeah, I don't think that she's brought him on there as like her boyfriend. But I think they probably really are dating or something. But it's something very awkward about it to me. Like initially, I thought it was because she was still married, so he was trying to give that some time. But I just think that it could be like an opportunity for him,
Opportunity to do what?
Get himself back out there. He's an actor. I shared that clip with y'all earlier about him being in Sister, and then he has other stuff that's been coming out online as well. So I don't know. Maybe it's an opportunity for him to put himself back out there, get his resume back going or something. But he just doesn't seem into her, and you can tell that this whole sex thing is one sided because she clearly wants it.
Oh yeah.
The way that she speaks about it in the confessionals, the way she tries to like throw little nuggets at him, she wants it, but he's just not interested
Maybe
for
he shut
whatever
it all the
reason.
way down. He
And I'm
shut it
still,
down.
yeah, and I'm still caught on like a few episodes back when she said that he has been sexual before, but he was just waiting for marriage to be sexual with a woman. So I'm like, what is she saying? So I don't know.
Hopefully she clears all this up when, I mean, just in general, when she sees the fans' reactions, because I mean, you're on the show. So hopefully she clears it up and we can understand more what she means, because the way she be talking, I don't be knowing.
It's very questionable.
I don't be, it's very questionable. So um excuse me. So then we have a scene at Ashley's Barbie doll house that she called the Barbie doll beach house, whatever she called it last year. And she is setting up for Giselle, and we find out Karen. So this conversation, Ashley just says that Karen's trial is coming up, and she's very concerned. I don't think Ashley. I mean, I don't think Ashley wants anything bad to happen to Karen, but she's not as concerned as she wants to make us believe that she is. But they start the conversation talking about Mia and the things that Mia was saying about Karen, that she admitted that she needed help and all of things like that. And so, they talk about me. Karen talks about Mia having an opioid addiction and having to go to rehab. And so she's like, it's all over YouTube. They try to get Karen to talk about the case, but they can't talk about the case because, I mean, obviously she's not going to open up about the case at all, right? So it is what it is. And then Karen brings up Jamal. So apparently Jamal is engaged. And Giselle says it's deflection, but she feels like she knew it was coming. She was just seeing how she was doing, see if she was feeling some kind of way. And I would hope not. I mean, I get it. That's like the father of your kids. I were married, but I would hope she would be feeling some kind of way. The fact that he was engaged. Any thoughts here on this scene?
I don't understand the reason they keep trying to talk about the whole incident. Like, y'all know she's not going to talk about it. Just wait for everything to happen. Just let it go. I found it interesting for Giselle to say when they were talking about Jamal and him being engaged, she was saying she had been telling him that he needed to be married, like pastors and politicians need to be married. That told me that, like, back when she was calling herself dating him again, she was okay with just being like a prop piece for him because of his profession, to make him look a certain way. It probably would help her too, but I was like, just because he's a pastor, he has to be married. But I mean, it was very telling. But her and the whole Karen is deflecting. Karen, we don't have to tell y'all anything. Y'all actually being very intrusive. Like, get out the woman's business. Take whatever you can from the blogs, read that, and go with that. But until she can actually divulge information, quit trying to pull it out of her, because it's. I'm sure if I'm annoyed, I'm sure she is.
No, I agree. And I mean, it's Karen. They can say what they want to say, deflecting, whatnot. Karen is not going to talk. She didn't talk about all these previous seasons where she had the tax issues and whatever with possible array. She's not going to give you that. That's just not her character, especially to these women. Like, it's just not going to happen.
And it's almost the same like they were back then with all that, trying to pull information out of her. Y'all are still doing the same thing. Y'all just trying to like mask it under caring at this point. But it's like, she ain't falling for it.
So L Vision asked the question, saying, do y'all think that it was deflection, or was it about bringing up something that was in the blogs, just like Karen's situation? I think so. Because the time that Karen has been on this season, like, it's been very tit for tat. I think she's like finding ways to kind of, poke back at them as she feels they've been poking at her. So honestly, do I think she was probably concerned? No, she don't care about Jamal. I mean, hello, she's the creator of Jamal Is Not Coming, and Jamal Lives in the Phone. She don't care about that man. Or Giselle, for real, not like that. But I think she's just trying to say, okay, y'all worry about me. What about what you got going on? I'm surprised she didn't ask Ashley about her divorce that has been going on for 5 years. So I don't know. But yeah, that's what I think, L Vision. I think it was a bit of like her being a little messy. I think that's the time that Karen is on this season. I think she's definitely on some get back. Yes. Anybody that she feels is coming for her, she's going to come back at them some kind of way.
She's going to, what she call it, return serve.
It's right. She said she understands she goes low, but she will go low again if need be. And for that, I understand that because I'm the same kind of person. The same kind of person. Also, Lisa, I don't think there's anything wrong with a man wanted to wait to have sex. I think we were talking more so about the chemistry between the two. I don't whatever. If he don't have sex with her right now, there's nothing wrong with it. That's great. Listen, I wish I could go back and be a virgin again, but I'm not, right? Um or just get rid of sex altogether. But I'm not. And so I think it's great, but I think their chemistry is a little off. It doesn't seem like she's so infatuated with him and he doesn't really give her all that other than this is my friend and we're trying to figure something out. It's just it's one-sided. Not even just in sex level, it's one-sided altogether.
All the way around.
Right, all around. Okay, so then I'll put these next two scenes together. Wendy with her family, her kids are graduating. One of them is graduating from pre-K. I love her little line. Wendy is forte. And her mom is there, her entitled mom, get an allowance. Her mom. Her mom has been very consistent from the very beginning. But speaking of moms, my favorite mom, Sheila, made her appearance in this season, which I love me some Sheila for many reasons. I don't really care for her daughter, but I love me some Sheila. And this scene was kind of interesting to see. Ashley is messy and she's a lot of things, but I mean, she definitely loves her mom. And so in this moment, she tells her mom that her divorce will be final as early as a month from now. I'm assuming this was like May because she said June. And then, if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, but she was asking Sheila about her relationship with her partner, right?
Yeah.
And so we know that Ashley has had some reservations about this person not helping her, not contributing, things like that. And so, Ashley feels like it's a part of her job to take care of her mom because apparently her mom is working like 10, 12 hour days. And she asked her mom, like, is it enough? And she's like, Sheila, this whole scene was weird because whereas I felt like Ashley was want to get emotional, Sheila didn't seem to care.
I was waiting for she was trying, like the words she was using, and she was trying to like get teary eyed, but nothing was going on.
It was weird. Like even when she said it, Sheila was just like, I think she wanted to laugh. Like it was just so
Sheila
weird.
ended up crying. Sheila was the one that dropped the tear. I guess she said somebody got to do it. We're gonna get the scene to get it.
Barely. It just this scene, like I don't know. It was like I don't know. Like she brings her mom around every year, and like I said, I love me some Sheila, but I just was kind of confused on just what it was getting with this because it seemed like the mom said she's happy. I don't know, but her love for her mom is great. I love Sheila, so that's all I have. Any thoughts on this scene or the scene with Wendy and her mom?
Wendy and her mom. Wendy's mom is Wendy's mom. I am interested to see how it's gonna go with Eddie's family. Like I hope they do show up. I want to see that dynamic. We need something different going on with Wendy and her story. And that was something that she came on talking about how they were estranged from his family. So I would like to see that happen. And I mean, I get Ashley where she's coming from in regards to her mom and wanting her to be okay with her health. But that man got to be knocking the wig off Sheila if he can still stay around and not help her pay no bills. If she fine with it, then Ashley just gonna have to let it be.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. It didn't really seem like Miss Sheila was just really just fazed by anything Ashley was saying.
Mm-mm.
Not for real. It seemed like she was just like, okay, girl, I'm the mama and I'm just gonna do whatever. What she should have said was, well, when you get out your divorce, then you tell. Because I mean, it took Ashley forever. I mean, given her situation is different because Michael has all this money, so I get that part. But still, it comes down to getting out of a situation that's not good for you, and that situation been ain't good for her. But she stayed in it for as long as she could and let him buy a house for her and things like that. So like mother, like daughter, I guess.
Her payout must be amazing, or from what she's been telling her mama, because when she was like, it could be as soon as June, and Sheila was like, that's this month. I'm about to start sweating. I'm like, well, Sheila, what you sweating for? What are you excited about?
Maybe she was happy.
That's why she really get some money out of Michael.
She was just like, "Ooh, we're finna get some money."
They finna get some money out of Michael.
We saw the kids again. The kids on the right. The kids. Them kids always on the countertops, the island, on chairs. They ain't never on the ground. Okay. Cassie says Sheila ain't leaving that man, even though he had her living in a tent and all. That's her man. She's very much so. She's sticking beside him, baby. Sheila said, "Baby, this is I'm sticking beside him." Hopefully Sheila, does what's best for her. But I think she'll always be fine. Ashley seems like she will take care of her mom for as long as she needs to, if she needs to.
She said she would. She said eventually she is not going to be able to work, so it's going to be her responsibility. And I get it. But I think
Well,
once
she
Ashley get
basically
that
said
money,
like it's not gonna work out.
yeah, once Ashley get that money and she gonna tell Sheila, look, you gonna have to come stay with me and the
But you know what's
kids.
gonna happen though? What I feel like is gonna happen, I feel like Ash is gonna be like, you know what, I want to help you, but I'm not gonna help you if you continue to
With
stay in
that
that.
man. Yep.
Correct. Because I mean, at that point, he's reaping the benefits of that. It's just like I mean, the
I
mom,
wouldn't want him reaping the benefits of it either, especially if it's like she said he's no benefit to her mom. He's just like a moocher. So
and that's crazy. I hate that. I really do hate that. That's that's why Ashley said I'm gonna give me somebody with money because she was like I can't be like her.
she's on her last.
All right, so then we get to Jazzy's Super Bowl celebration party for her band, and there has been a Jazzy and the baby mama of her boyfriend's kids have been all on social media for the last week and a half. We've seen posts from the baby mother, we've seen posts from Jazzy. I like Jazzy. I don't really know what the story is. People were assuming that she was the other woman, and that's how it happened. People assume that she maybe she got cheated on while at the beginning of their relationship. I don't really know the truth. We'll find out, I'm sure. I mean, they seem to be focusing on that as a storyline,
Yeah.
at least as like her side storyline as a friend. But she has this Super Bowl party for him. He's won 3 Super Bowls now, and we see the women bring all their men. Mia brings Ink. This is the first time that we've seen Ink like with the ladies. He is not that short as they make him seem. I mean, he ain't that tall, but he's. I mean, Mia. If you say Mia's a tall, that's a big girl. Like she's up there, you know. So
He's significantly shorter than her.
Yeah, just a little bit though, not a whole lot.
In comparison to her, he's small.
Wendy. First off, Wendy looks good. Wendy be looking good. I'm sorry. Wendy look good. Her husband look good. I just be like, oh, they are, I hate saying couple goals, but I do love, like, I think they are a beautiful couple, and they're just chocolate and I love chocolate child. So, I'm gonna be here for it. Kiana is there with her boo. She arrives, and when she arrives, she don't waste no time because she goes to Mia, and she's just like, I want to talk to you because the last time you talked about my man who's standing right here, you said he was a drug dealer. And Mia's just like, no, I didn't say he was a drug dealer. I said, no, she said something. She was like, she said it was the last boyfriend that was a drug dealer. And honestly, when I heard the comment in this episode, I too thought that Mia was referring to someone in her past. I didn't think that she was talking about her current boyfriend.
Well, so initially at the table, she said, well, you want to talk about your drug dealer boyfriend. And then when they start talking about it, she was like, well, the one before him was a drug dealer. So they got down to it being the previous boyfriend, which is why I was a bit confused when Kiana brought it up again.
Yeah, I was confused on that's what like even if I thought we had got down that it was supposed to be a past boyfriend because that's what Mia was like. No, that was somebody else. Because that was when she was trying to relate to Kiana, and Kiana was talking about Jazzy being with it. That was something else. But yeah, I thought it was already established that it was like a previous person. So I don't know. Maybe
I guess she just wanted to get clarity for one last time without all the chatter and stuff. But I was like, okay, she looked good though. But yeah, I hope we get more from her. Like y'all threw her in there as a housewife, so kind of give us something.
She do seem like she does have more of a friend aspect that I don't know. Like,
but wasn't she initially filming it? Well, she wasn't filming at all. Then they made her a friend, and then I guess
no, she was filming. I think they didn't give her a flute.
Yeah, so maybe that's why.
But she didn't miss. She like we're at the beginning of the season, so she ain't missed much. I don't know. It's weird. Maybe I'm sure we'll see more of her, hopefully. But I do hope. I do like Stacey, but I do kind of forget about Kiana sometimes. And I'm also like I like her, but I'm not as like I'm not gravitating to her.
There's nothing exciting that has happened.
Yeah.
No.
To where I would see why they would give her a flute, and maybe we'll see later. I don't know. She said, "Why doesn't Jazzy have a flute?" That's why honestly, I would think Jazzy have a flute. That's just me. The way she acts in the event and just she's way more involved. She had
an event with an open bar too. I said, "Okay, Jazzy."
I said, "Okay." I want to. It looked nice up in there. I mean, 3 Super Bowl rings. I mean, I'm just saying, got to be some money somewhere. So then, I ain't gonna lie, I did laugh at Mia with Kiana because she was just like, "Oh yeah, not the current boyfriend, the past boyfriend." He's a social worker. We can tell.
She said he's clearly a social worker. I said, this girl's still being shady. But Kiana, she didn't catch that. Wendy caught it, though. Did you see how Wendy was looking?
If I was Kiana, I would have said, bitch.
She was waiting for Kiana to reply, but I don't think Kiana caught it. But yeah,
I don't think Kiana caught it either. I'm sure it'll come up later at the reunion. But she definitely slipped it in there. She said, we can tell. I thought it was funny. Then we meet TJ. So everyone meets TJ. And TJ is with Stacey. Stacey's all smiles. TJ talks to Wendy. Well, Wendy is, introduces TJ to Eddie or whatever, and just talks about him and things like that. And they talk, and everything's cool. Then Ashley walks up, and I guess she calls herself the relationship expert interviewer, and she starts asking him questions. And she just throwing her little shade in the confession, which I'm sure will come up. And she asks them questions like what do y'all like to do? I'm like, why does it matter to you? I would have, if I was Stacey, I would have been like, could you not? Like, who are you to be asking us what we do? I don't know. And then we meet Jazzy's man, and Jazzy's man is there. He seems cool. That's what I would think he would be, a sports football NFL player, whatever. They said he was strong, big arms. I didn't see no big arms. Maybe the shirt.
They did not look big.
I was when they said that, I looked and I was like, his arms look like mine. I don't know.
Maybe because they hugged him or something. I don't know, but they just look like a man his size arms would be. They didn't seem like big enough.
Yeah. Whatever. He's a cool guy. He does look young. He does seem
very young.
How old is Jazzy? Do we know? Does anybody know how old Jazzy is?
I want to say I Googled her. She's like, I think they're both in their 30s. He just looks really young.
He does. He looks like he's like 20,
23, 24, something like that. He looks young.
Well, that's good. If he's in his 30s, he looked that young. That's great, because I know I look like I'm in my 20s sometimes too. So ain't nothing wrong with that. Any thoughts here about any of the husbands? Anything with Kiana, Mia, Stacey? I'm gonna say Stacey Dad, Stacey and TJ, and Ashley and or Jazzy's man.
TJ I laughed. I hollered, honestly, when TJ walked in, all the girls were making faces like that's him. I want that mic feed from whatever Jazzy was whispering in Kiana's ear when they were over there looking at them meet everybody. I want to know what they were talking about, because they have some thoughts on TJ, and I want to hear them. The scene really didn't do nothing for me. I will say I found it very funny how Giselle was able to point out making comments that aren't true about someone's character can be detrimental to them. I'm glad she understands that now.
I don't think she understands it. She just knows. She's just talking. She don't understand it.
She did a lot of mediating this in this room.
She did, and that brings us our next scene. So when Karen gets there, Mia is just like, she confronts her immediately. There's a lot of confronting immediately, child. She's just like, Karen, I heard you was talking about me about some addiction or whatever, and she's like, because you have no room to be talking about anybody. And before Karen could even respond, Giselle pulls them to the side or whatever, and basically they talk about it, and Giselle, she does it. It's kind of one-sided, because Mia is acting like she's a victim of some mess, as if she didn't say this woman wanted to be in rehab and all. Like, Mia is not concerned for Karen, for real. She's made a lot of comments that has proven that she don't give a damn what happens to her, and it's less about accountability. It's just her being messy. They haven't really gotten over their issue from last year and the year before that, or whenever it was. So it's just like, Mia's just doing Mia things, right? Now Karen apologizes or whatever, and she said she apologized for going low. She was like, but she will go low again, and I was like, I understand that. Now, what cracked me up was Karen saying, that, well, I'm sorry for going low, but Mia, you go low as balls. And Mia was like, well, I like balls. I like balls. And then, but she says, but Karen, you know all about low balls. She was like, well, you used to be on balls. That's your profession. I was hollering. Because they was going back and forth when she said, like, she was not finna have the last word. And I don't think Mia was going to get it, because there was nothing else she could say at that moment.
Mia's annoying. And I didn't care for how Giselle said that. Well, Karen, you were being messy. Like, y'all are just going to completely ignore how she's been coming at Karen and things she was saying when y'all were back in Lake Norman. Like it's like Karen just said it. Like she said these things for no reason. I mean, she had an opioid addiction. She said it herself. Now, I don't know where Karen got the rehab stuff from, but she did admit that she was being messy, like she was returning service, she was fighting back. So I didn't understand the whole making it seem like she was just picking at Mia for no reason, or what she was saying was just outrageous. Like I don't know, it was a bit annoying. But I'm glad Karen told her, look, I'm sorry now, but I will do it again.
Yeah,
I will do it again.
because Mia technically, I mean, she responded, but she responded. I mean, you telling people that this lady said she knows she needs rehab, like, no, stop it. Especially, and the whole thing about the whole opioid thing, she's just like, she's trying to say like, okay, yeah, I never been to rehab. Well, maybe you needed to go. I mean, you ended up in the hospital, so it's like you trying to play semantics by saying, yeah, I had an addiction. That's how I started my business. You know, all these things, and saying like you didn't go to rehab. Well, girl, maybe you should have been.
and last time on Watch What Happens Live, Ashley was like, she said that Karen made it seem like Mia just had an addiction. She was like, she never said she was addicted. She said she overdosed. She clearly says in the episode, I found myself addicted. So they're just picking and choosing what they want to do today. They want to fight with Karen.
And it could be said the same. I mean, Karen is not she's not a damn alcoholic. She had a drink. She drank. She overdosed on alcohol that night and drove two bad things, and that's what happened. So, you know, Mia's trying to play some man. I'm like, girl, stop it. Like, stop.
And that whole Mia's whole, I'm not being messy. I really care about you. I love you.
I'm tired of it.
Real.
Her and Ashley.
It's the difference between not being a yes friend and just being a messy ass person, and that's really what Mia's just doing.
The only person outside of people that are friends with her that I think is actually concerned for Karen is probably Giselle. Honestly, I think Ashley and Mia are just full of it. To be honest, I think Giselle will be messy, but I think if something really happened, I think Giselle would actually be there for real and be sincere about it. To be honest, I think their relationship is more solidified in that. So that's just me. Any thoughts on this scene at all? Or anything about the party, Jazzy's party, anything?
I mean, the party was cool. The party was nice. I'm glad that they didn't like let all the drama overshadow everything. They didn't get real crazy. So Giselle was good to kind of let's move this over here and talk about this. I like that for her.
You know, it would be nice if she would did like this Giselle, baby. They must have really told her you need to get your itch together because she is doing all the right things.
She did all the right
things. I wish if she had done in previous seasons.
But you know what? I will say, even though she's moving different, it's still like Giselle. She doesn't. She's not like a whole. She's still herself. She's still herself, but it's just she's handling things, I guess, differently. Or maybe she hadn't like this before. I just didn't notice because I didn't care.
She's been on this show for 9 years. You cannot be doing the same shit for you. You can, because there are people out there that be doing the same thing, but you just shouldn't be. Like you got to switch it up. Give us levels to this, you know, because we you know she's the OG now, so it's like act like one. And
that's the difference between her and Ashley, like both being OGs. You can tell that they both know to like get the stuff going. Like for instance, as soon as Mia and Ink came in, Giselle was like, so she kind of started pulling for stuff, trying to get a conversation going. Then you watch Ashley try to do it with TJ and Stacey, and it's like, girl, she just looks messy. She just looks. Yeah. It's like she serves no purpose at this point. I think she can.
Ashley, right?
Yeah, Ashley can be done after this year.
I agree. Now this scene was actually it was a small scene, but it was Karen and her cousin. I didn't expect him to get emotional. I was like, oh, somebody hug that man. So you know, she talks to her cousin about, you know, how she got to the point to where she would be drinking and driving. She talks about all the things she's gone through, some things we saw on the show, you know, with Ray, the taxes, her mom and dad passing, things like that. And you know, just everything over the last 6 years. So the cousin gets emotional, and apparently the cousin was on the phone when it happened.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out how that happened because
because first she said she hadn't seen him. Maybe were they on FaceTime? Because she said she hadn't seen him since the morning of the crash. So I'm like, were you FaceTiming drunk and driving, Karen? That's how the damn crash happened. So I don't know.
Child, I was just lost because I was trying to figure out what at that time of night. I mean, I know they're probably close. I'm sure they're close. What would make you be like, let me call my cousin and FaceTime him while I'm drinking and driving outside. I don't know. It was kind of weird, but
You do know that they say Karen gets drunk and pick up the phone and start calling people.
they did
So
say
she did, and she said that she was like going through the motions with her parents and everything that was going on. So maybe that's just
I can see that. Yeah.
maybe let me call him and talk to him.
If she's as close to him as she says, I mean, why not call somebody to talk to? I get it, but that's scary. But he definitely I mean he tears up, gets emotional. I guess knowing how much worse it could have been. Karen's okay.
Well, he said it scared the living daylights out of him. He said,
Yeah.
he was on the phone. He heard everything. So I'm like, okay, I guess I can get it.
No, I can get it. I mean, you just never know. You're on the phone with somebody and you hear a big whatever. You like, hello? Oh my God. Like, I could get it. I could see. But he's emotional. They console each other and just a good nice lighthearted scene. She's getting ready for court, which is in a few days, 2 days, whatever. So we'll find out what happens to her then. So maybe they can stop poking her about it. And hopefully by the second half of this season, we won't hear anything else about it. We'll have moved on. The jokes included, because it's like blah. I mean, if you're watching OC, you're watching we damn near watching the same thing. Hello. So it's kind of overkill at this point. I need all the housewives to please not get DUIs or drink and drive. We're tired of it.
High drivers, get an Uber, do something. I mean, but just quit running into shit.
Quit running into stuff. Deers, trees, houses, whatever. Mailboxes. Please. Be safe, okay? And so this last scene was, oh my God, today. I was kind of confused by this scene because the one thing that this man said he didn't want to do, he was actually doing.
He was doing it while he was there.
And I was like,
but what? I figured that was him like trying to make it known to us. Like, I don't, because Mia puts on like it's just so great and Gordon's doing well.
She does.
That was his way of saying, I'm not with it, I don't like it, and this is it. I'm not doing it.
This video here is pound Mia be lying because like you just said, you would think the way she talked to the ladies and even her confessionals, everything's great. We're co-parenting great. He lives down the hall. He comes over. Their relationship is great. G and Inks. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
It don't seem now. Maybe we have a situation where he's having an episode. Maybe he's bipolar. One day he's cool, one day he's not. That could very much so be the thing because that appears to be his illness. But every time we see him on camera, he can't be having an episode.
I'm not saying he's not bipolar, but for them to be filming,
he can't be bipolar every time that we see him on the screen because I'm seeing the same person. He ain't here ever since last year when he said you want fair, go to a carnival. He's been that same person about going to the damn carnival. So,
some advice for me is stop trying to have these conversations with Gordon in the kitchen because every time he get in that kitchen, he
whacks her upside the head
every time.
So in this scene, we see Ink with the kids. We see Ink with and so they're all there. Gordon comes over. He walks all in, his chest all up. And Mia asks to have a conversation. We don't know what the conversation, what it was about at this time. We find out later it's because she wants to let the kids know that Ink is actually her boyfriend. Apparently, they think that he is her best friend. Whatever. And so, which is crazy because, well, you know what? It actually will work because didn't Gordon say that she had Ink around the kids back in the day?
No, I don't. I mean, she said we saw one of the kids, the boy, the son. We saw Mama in bed with Mr. Ink. So
yeah,
I don't think them kids are as clueless as she wants us to believe they are.
I think only person clueless in that household is Mia. Okay, I think I think the kids are at this point smarter than her because she be acting like we are just blind and like we bipolar. I mean, come on. But anyway, so Gordon says, listen, I've told y'all I am not having this conversation in front of the kids on camera. And I was so surprised that we got to hear that on camera piece because I'm like, oh my God, like he is not playing. And so, Mia is just trying to get him to hear them out because basically he says he will talk to Ink or whatever, Mia, but only while the kids are present. So I'm like, well, hell, bring the kids back in the living room so we can get this conversation because I want to hear what he got to say or what Mia want to talk about. Let's get the whole family out to the living room right now. everybody at the dressing room, please. That's what I was thinking. Um, so basically, she is trying to she wants him to talk about telling the kids about their relationship, but he's just like, listen, I'm not here for this relationship. I want you to know I'm not promoting this. I'm done with it. F it. Like, you know, I don't want y'all to get the impression that I'm basically, it's almost like he's saying I don't support this. I mean,
No, he said it. He literally said, "I don't
well,
support
yeah,
this."
he says it, and it's like Mia has not. We would, if we was listening to Mia only, we would think that everything's great, but I don't think everything's great.
And I feel like that was his reason. That even though he didn't want to be on camera, he wanted to say, "Let me just make this clear." I think that was his purpose of doing that.
Yes, I don't think so either, Dr. Z. I think that, like, I think she is making him seem. I think she's using his condition and his illness to her advantage, but I think we're seeing that that's not true.
Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not as extreme as she
exactly
tries to make it.
Because one minute they're good, next minute he sent her text messages talking crazy to her, and I get it. That's what we would think would happen, right? You would think a person bipolar, that's what it would be, but I'm starting to think that all the messages are saying what she's saying. Like,
but see, my thing is, I don't know if I can even say for me if I could blame it on him being bipolar. I think that given what they're going through,
well, yes.
Of course, I'm going to be texting, like, you know. So I don't know.
So that's what
and
I was
maybe
say.
That also could be the only thing that she shares with us is to make him seem like he's losing his mind. But every time we see him on camera, he has been very clear, like he don't have to be a part of his co-parenting. When they was in the park talking about it, he was saying the same thing that he's saying in the kitchen. And then when she was reading those texts out, when they were on vacation in the LA Lake House, he was saying the same thing. So he's been very consistent. She's just trying to make him seem like he's more like more of a loose cannon than he really is, because she's trying to get away with her little games. And Gordon had enough of it.
So in this moment, he clearly hasn't gotten over it. So he makes a very wild statement by saying that Mia had to have an abortion due to ink. And so he brings up 2 instances where, you know, she had cheated. And so she's trying to justify why she did what she did because of the things that she feels he's put her through. You know, there could be some validity in that. That's their situation. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. That's her experience. But she just won't really own up to just saying, I guess, which I don't honestly, I don't really get either side, because it's like, Gordon, you know what happened. Like, it's almost like I don't. Whereas I don't side with Mia, I do feel like when they're on camera, Gordon he wants to make it very clear that Mia is a bad person, and he's trying to also make us know, you know, or make her look bad. It goes back to last season. If you guys been following this channel from last season, before the season aired, we announced a lot of tea about Potomac before it came out. But one video we talked about, it was right when we before it was announced, we announced that Mia and Gordon were headed for divorce. And the thing that it was being chased, the one thing I said in that video was that Gordon was going around to anybody that would listen to get basically to show that Mia was a bad person. So I think when I think about that last year and think about how we are now, I don't think Mia's right, but I also think whereas he don't want to be on camera, he says he wants to be on camera. He wants us to know that Mia is trash. And that's what it is. He's sick of it.
I would agree with her in that one scene where she said he needs to be accountable for like the things he's played a part in, because he was okay with her doing all that stuff as long as he got to keep her. Now that he can't be with her anymore, now he's irate about the whole situation. That's unfair.
Yeah.
But I mean, now she don't need him for his money. Hell, he don't even have the money that he had initially. So that's why it's easier for her to leave now after these 11 years.
Well, you know, she says that you know, so she doesn't own anything that he says or whatever. He just wants her to admit that she cheated on him twice. You know, poor Ink, not poor Ink, actually. Ink is just like, I feel like if I was Ink, I would have to go to F off, because it's like, it's just probably too much to deal with. I'm not saying he's innocent, but it's just like, God dang, you know, it's like he got to keep dealing with this stuff too. And then, you know, he's also part of the problem, whatever.
Exactly.
So Gordon storms out, he leaves, and, you know, just basically says like he wants her to own it, and he's not going to promote this relationship. He don't support it, and that he is basically the reason why they are where they are. So, you know, sorry, Gordon. Hey, at some point you gotta let that go. life is too short, and you up there, so you just may want to just. I'm just saying, you may want to just start to move on if you can. Stop with the kids and go from there. They do talk afterwards briefly, Mia and Ink, and this is where we find out that the kids don't know that Ink is her boyfriend. They think that he is her best friend, and given that they have been exposed to him many times, then I guess I don't know what them kids believe, but I'm pretty sure those kids have a whole lot more sense than Mia. I think they may be smarter than everybody in the house, including Ink, Gordon, and Mia.
You see how they was playing on them for them snacks. You get an ice cream, a popsicle. Now you want some Oreos. The kids, they got
Maybe
some
the
sense.
damn kids was bouncing off the wall.
They got some sense. I do think that Mia she's on Gordon's trail about like trying to get that conversation going. But for Gordon to bring up the abortion, and Ink said he didn't know anything about that. She need to have a lot of conversations. It seemed like, because why would this man not know that? But she looked at him kind of like, so I don't know. That whole house, the truth ain't nowhere in that house.
Michelle said strippers don't make a housewife. Hello, Nene was a stripper and she was a great housewife. Hello. She said she was a stripper and she liked it, but no. Mia's type of stripper may not. I think Nene is from like the back in the day strippers. When the strippers was like they weren't just doing anything for a piece of change. But Mia's she's like what 2 years older than me, 3 years older than me, maybe. So yeah.
And I don't think she met Greg. Like she didn't. Greg didn't take her out the strip club.
She said, "Love me some Nene though." Exactly. You said Greg. You said Greg didn't take her out the strip club.
Greg didn't take any out the strip club, and that's what me and Gordon met. He did.
Yeah.
They met in the strip club.
I think so. I believe. I'm pretty sure if I go back to Atlanta, I feel like she made the comment about. I think it was a season with Claudia that about the stripper. She's made a comment about her being a stripper, and I feel like Greg did take her out the strip club. I think so. I could be wrong, Nene. If you watch, I'm sorry, but I do believe that Greg took Nene at the strip club. So I mean, most strippers, when they become housewives and something like that, somebody had to take them out. So maybe if it wasn't Greg, it was somebody. It wasn't gonna be no little small change. It had to be some money. So Yeah. Michelle, yeah, exactly. I feel like Greg did take her out the strip club.
She did it right. Mia needs to be taking some lessons.
Listen, they two different kind of strippers, former strippers, because Nene don't like dildos, up, whatever. I'm sure Mia's quite the opposite. We know Nene is like a prude, but she obviously was a stripper. So the type of stripper she was, I would be curious to see. I don't know. Okay, yes. So yes, it's true. She did. Thank you, because I can't remember when it was, but I know she said it one of them seasons. But any final thoughts on the episode, the stuff with Mia, Gordon, and Ink? Anything in the episode? But Lena, I'll put the link in the chat too.
I don't know. I'm interested to see how this thing unfolds, because we saw the next episode. She's seeing the fathers of her children, like still trying to hint that Ink may be one of the kids' dad. So I'm interested to see how all that's going to unfold. But I hope that if she does come back next year, she stopped lying so damn much. Like her story is so confusing to follow up because nothing adds up.
That's not gonna happen.
Well,
it's Mia.
It's Mia.
Mia she will
unbelievable.
But one thing about her I noticed consistent. She will exploit whatever she feels is not only good for a storyline. But like what she feels the people want to see. I think she thinks, like somebody said, I think Asia said a few weeks ago, it's our fault. Because last year we said, oh, Mia is going, we like this, Mia is whatever, and
finna take over the crown. She finna do this. She finna do that.
Did, but I think we were more so speaking about her transparency on the situation. But now it's just become kind of ridiculous because not only are you open about it, but you're just kind of like spewing things out. We don't know what's the truth. We got, the alleged father over here, the other father who whatever, he bipolar. We don't know what's going on. And then the shoe fell. So it's like all these things is happening. Like
and I also will say, I feel that Gordon allowed that bipolar narrative to get out there because he probably thought it was going to help him win her back. So I do think that played a part in that. But yeah, Gordon, Mia, and Ink, they got a lot going on.
Look at Cassie said. Who said that? Well, listen, some people did say last year the general. I ain't gonna say y'all, but I remember when the finale aired last year. People were very like, that last little scene of Mia and Gordon. People was talking. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't say she was gonna be the new Supreme, but I was like, okay, like
She gonna
it
carry the
seemed
next
like
season.
at that moment, it seemed like it was like not alive, and it was just like, okay, all this going on, divorce, blah blah. But then now we got all these things that happened since the whole Ink thing happened. Now we've met Ink, and then we got possible other, it's just a lot going on. So now she's not. No.
It was about, I would say about like 95% of the fans were saying that, which is why we got this scene this last season today, because it kind of mirrored how they were how the finale was last season. They kind of
Yeah,
gave us the same feel with him arguing, him talking to the production, him
it
looking
did.
at the camera. They tried to run that back again because we all went up for it last year. So we all are guilty. We all played a part in having
Yeah,
it.
we all, Cassie. You was
You
part of it
too.
too. I remember. I'm gonna find your comments. Y'all made her head swell up, child.
That head was already big.
Okay, that head was big, honey. We just put a little more air in it. You know how your tire get look. Take look. You can put a little air in the child. It was already big. All right, we got 2 callers in the queue. Then we're gonna get out of here. Make sure y'all like this video and subscribe to the channel. As I always say, Beverly Hills airs tomorrow. We'll be here Wednesday at 8 o'clock Eastern to review Beverly Hills, and then Thursdays will be Salt Lake City. If anything changes, we'll let y'all know. Our first caller for today is oh shoot, where it go? It's going to be Lisa. Hey Lisa, how are you?
Hey, what's up, darling? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fine. I'm gonna tell y'all something. Stacy needs to stop listening to them girls, okay? Girl, you ain't losing a good damn man, okay? That's because every man don't want to jump in the bed with a woman right away, okay? And it is some men out there like that. It's some celibate people out like that, and I can surely understand everybody's not like that. But once you get somebody like that who nice, who want to be with you, boy, don't be listening to them W's on that TV. Just open their legs up to anybody, okay? Don't nobody got time for that. This
Did you
man want to
call
take
did
you.
you call them W's?
And plus,
What's
you
the
are still
what's the
a
W?
man.
A whore?
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. He
I
told me,
didn't I
he
didn't
told
heard
me,
that.
you told
That
me
was
I
good,
can't
Lisa.
tell. He
No,
said,
I
you
didn't
told
know.
me don't.
No, you horse, whatever. You can say horse. Just don't, just watch the other words that you be saying. Horse is fine.
Okay, well, I said the W, so,
But the
so I
W is
just
good. That's
I said
classy.
many
I'm sorry
times,
to say it.
okay?
Like the
And
W's over
yeah, but I'm just tired of people keep on saying, well, he's not good. He's not into her. You don't know the goddamn truth. Shut up,
there. Well, we
okay?
said that too.
Well, y'all need to shut up too, okay?
Oh
Because
no. See, you know
I
what? These
mean,
W's.
but
Go
now
ahead, go ahead.
let me get through. Uh, and I'm tired of the situation between Karen and Mia. Okay, like girl, you already know if you come at Karen gonna come back to you 10 times harder. And I believe Karen was like you did overdose, rehab, whatever you want to did, but you was on the drugs. Okay, you was doing the drugs. Okay, stop lying about every darn thing, Mia. Sure, I'm glad Gordon. I love when Gordon exposed her tail. Every time they get into it, Gordon exposed her tail. It's the line hit that she is. Okay, I be loving. I say, go ahead, then Gordon. And Ink must be a darn fool because if somebody keep telling me like, that could be too much for me. I can't take it. I couldn't take it. I mean, for me, I couldn't able to take that, all that mess right there. You call me when y'all finally get divorced. When you find, then we can do the DNA test, find who the baby dad is. Cause he might not be the only one. You might have about 3 or 4 or 5 daddies up in there. You know how Mia the tail is, okay? So you may have a daddy number 3 coming around the corner, okay? I feel that won't happen. Baby number 3 daddy gonna come down the street and say he's baby daddy too, okay? That's how I feel about it. And you know what I'm saying? And that's all I got. Cause to me, this episode was kind of boring.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
it was a good
was kind
episode.
of boring. It was kind of,
Okay.
but it didn't serve me no dish. It didn't serve me. It didn't serve me none at all. And so it just kind of, I just liked all of it last night, and I was like, This what? Then I had all the, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Pick up. It's just boring to me.
Okay.
You
Well,
know what I'm
okay.
saying? You
So
know,
get you.
you
Well,
Candace had the baby. Ain't you so happy Candace had the baby?
yeah, I knew Candace had that baby.
I know you did. I know you did. That's why I was asking you. I knew she had the baby because she said stop posting pictures of her being pregnant. Cause I'm a big Candace fan. You know I told my big Candace girl. Candace always been my girl since day one. And whenever she go live, I always be live with her. So you know what I'm saying? So I love her. You know what I'm saying? I just wish we see the baby picture. That's all. Picture of the baby. Okay, that's all I want to see.
Yes,
But
baby
other than
Jet
that,
is here. Baby Jet.
I know Baby Jax, Maximum Lee. Did we get the?
I don't
Did I
know
get
the
the?
names, but maximally. All right, Lisa, I got another call. Okay, I gotta
I
let you go.
love
Okay,
you. I love you, darling. I will
thank you,
see y'all
Lisa. You too.
Wednesday night.
All right, have a good
Wednesday night,
night.
we gotta talk about that help for sudden.
Oh Lord, please come with some better energy. Leave Sutton alone. She ain't did nothing this yet. Okay. Good night,
Yes,
Lisa.
she gonna do something. She gonna do something to piss me off. Bye.
Okay. She does not like Sutton. My Lord's mercy.
We
All
love
right, our
Sutton.
final, huh?
Said we love Sutton.
We do, but she don't like Sutton. She loved Dorit.
Mm.
And but they said Dorit may be given this season. All right, our last caller for today is going to be Demisio. Okay, Chase said right. We I don't know. We do not tolerate Sutton hate. How you doing, Demisio?
Hi guys. Hey Sammy, save it because I know what you want to say. Save it.
What? what what happened?
We all have a white woman that we love. I just don't understand why that one has to be his. That's all.
If you have a white woman that you love, then why does it matter? It's the same thing. She's a white woman. Anyway, oh child. Um, First of all, hey Cortez, I haven't seen talk to you in a while. How you doing?
Doing good. Just great out here. Not worried about who's the father of my kids.
Well, I'm gonna go really quickly because I'm assuming y'all been on here for a while, so I'm gonna try to get through it really quickly. I'm gonna start with Stacy. Stacy wants to get laid really bad. I just
She
don't think
does.
TJ is the right man at all. Maybe she might try to need to rekindle with her husband or something. I don't know, or maybe find a new man because TJ is one of the girls, and I don't understand how
That
she doesn't
man,
see
you do not
that.
know that man's sexual. I do not be proud of that
Allegedly.
man. I'm glad that
Allegedly,
friend, his name is
allegedly.
Demetrio. If y'all want to find him, 'Cause she was
Alleged. No, jokes aside, though, it is nothing wrong with somebody that wants to wait until they are fully committed to each other. So jokes
of course.
aside on TJ, I think if he is truly with the abstinence and all of that, that's a good thing and it's not a bad thing. And I think she's found herself somebody good because there's not a lot of men out there that are like that. So, you know, we'll see. We'll see. Only time will tell with that. With Wendy, I loved her little family scene. I love her kids. I love Eddie. I always thought Eddie was fine. Okay, and that mother of hers, she is just something else. She is not beating them allegations with this holy fire and all this other crap. It's just like, girl, quit saying that. That's why they think you put that lady name on the shrine. Like, girl, have you not
That's
caught
her
on yet?
amen. That's how she says amen. So I'm not gonna take that from
Okay, well, y'all heard what Sammy said. But I don't like the fact that they had that conversation about the in-laws in front of the kids. I do think that Eddie should have kind of shut that down. It should have been something that was just, adults only, because that is still their grandparents, regardless if they've met them or not, or whatever the case may be, they still should, shield them from that and let them get older and then make their own decisions. And Wendy just, I mean, I know that the African culture can be like that, but girl, just say your mom ain't got no job and you provide for her, and because you love her. It's kind of really that simple. And I'm so sick of Ashley. Why is Ashley there? Oh my God. It's like every time she come on my screen, that meme that Danny seeing. Like I just get so tired. Her and Sheila are two peas in a pod. The only difference is Ashley married a man with a little bit of money that she barely can even get her hands on, child.
Oh,
Like, girl, what have you been doing for the past 8 years, Ashley? Your family ain't got nothing and you ain't did nothing to try to help him out. Like, girl, she better hold
I
on
think
to him because I
she
think
probably
these
helped
are
him.
last little round of checks, baby. You
You
think
don't
she
think she be
did?
having Sheila?
Sheila working 12-hour job with a heart disease? I don't think so.
I think that's just.
She
I
couldn't help
find
too,
that
but
to be a little crazy.
Me too.
They don't
what?
lock you
What?
up. Is this what you be doing over here? No chaser. This what you be doing? Is that what
I'm
people?
just.
No, I'm just talking. No, I would. I think she definitely made that comment about her working too hard. But I'm pretty sure she helps her mom. I mean, Ashley ain't just rich, but she got a little extra money from the show and from the
Man.
the Lord of the Rings man.
Yeah. Yeah, and honestly, I honestly ultimately think it's a Sheila thing. Honestly, she has to be ready to let that low down man go. I think that's really kind of what it really boils down to because that's what's holding her back. Like that man, it's just like, girl, you working 12 hours every day, or however many days a week you work it, with a heart problem, trying to provide for you and him. Like, girl, come on, Sheila, wake up, girl, wake up, ma'am. She got a new wig. Like, come on.
Mm, I'm weak.
And
Sheila.
and if Ashley don't get them kids off that counter, sick. That's why I say I'm
I
sick
think
of
that,
them.
that might be their playroom because last season we talked. No, for real, we talked about them being on the counter last year, holding one by the arm, and then a year later, I'm sure I don't know if Ashley watching this show, but I'm sure we ain't the only blog where people are talking about how her kids be all on the kitchen counter. So you would think that when she filmed, she would at least don't she have a nanny?
Child,
She
I
have
have no idea.
She had one. I don't know if she still
Lord
does.
have mercy.
I have no idea.
It's just not very becoming the way. I mean, those kids they getting older and it's like they just getting worse in terms of like just being all they just like wow, like just little wild kids.
The fact
Mm-hmm.
is, that GNA, the clothes already look like real cheap and not appealing. But her wearing it around trying to brand it on camera, it looks real. It looks very, it looks cheaper on camera.
Tacky, just like her.
Mm.
And Jazzy worried about somebody hype while she playing stepmama to two toddlers. Jazzy, I like you, girl, but sit this one out, have a seat.
Lord,
And Lord have mercy,
they gonna get you when
Mia.
they find they gonna get you, honey. When they find you,
I am just so tired of Mia too. It's just like, man, that girl lies so much. It's like she has this disgusting compulsion to where she can't help herself. Like she can't. At this point, I think she's just doing it just to do it. Like it's given. She just lying just to lie because girl, ain't no way you getting on TV and getting on camera every day telling all these different stories and like this ain't adding up. You know that we can go back and look at the old seasons to now. It's just like, girl, do you have opioid addiction or do you not? Now make up your mind, which one is it? And then you talking about you went the holistic route to cure yourself, girl. Stop. She and then for her to be acting so elitist, but to be the least accomplished on the cast, right along with Ashley Darby, is another crazy thing. And I'm glad that Gordon stuck up for himself, even though he ain't innocent. By no means, I do believe some of what Mia has said about him is absolutely true. He was a sugar daddy to her, and she was, in his eyes, I guess, a young, hot girl, and they was using each other. I do believe that, but Mia wrong. Like you getting on here with all of this drama, and you got this boyfriend around these kids and you using your kids' fraternity as a storyline and exploiting Gordon's illness on top of that is, girl, you ain't right. You not right, and while you trying to talk about a social worker, you need to go see one, some type of therapist or something yourself.
mm.
Like she just Crater Face just has a lot of nerve, and I'm tired of Mia. If she ain't gonna tell the truth, and we just gonna keep getting a bunch of lies every season, every episode, she can go right along with Ashley. And I know y'all don't like this too, and I'm gonna end it here. Karen is a drunk old heifer that needs to take accountability. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of that old handbag.
Okay, Demisio, you got anything else?
I was trying to see if it was way for me to pull him down off the stage. But
I was like, what? I'm thinking like, okay, that was supposed to be a closing remark, Chad. That's how you want to close?
I absolutely do because we all love Karen. We do. I love Karen too, but come on now. You got to
Well,
call a
we love
spade a
you too.
spade.
We got to
Did
get ready
she
to get out
not
of here.
watch OC and see
I don't know.
Shannon? She need to
Maybe
take
she
some
did.
advice.
Okay, WCO. Well, we thank you for calling in. You came in real hot today, honey, but we love you for calling in, okay? All right, thank you,
Bye,
Demisio.
y'all.
All right, thank you to Demisio and Lisa for calling in. And that's all we have for today. So, like this video, subscribe to the channel. Again, we'll be on for Beverly Hills on Wednesdays. I know y'all said Tuesdays after the show, but we're gonna stick to Wednesdays because that's the day that we can commit to the best, especially me. And then Thursdays will be Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. We'll be here next week for Potomac, and then I think next week is actually Thanksgiving. So Monday may be our last show for the week if we do, because I'll be here for Thanksgiving. If we do a show on Wednesday for the Beverly Hills, or we decide not to, we'll let you guys know. But I know for a fact, Thanksgiving we will not have a show for Salt Lake City. So just keep that in, tune in, and we'll see you next time. Okay, thank y'all, and thank you, Sammy, too. Okay, you have a good night.
Of course.
How you get out of here? Oh, there you go.